Y'all ready to eat? Y'all ready to watch a class? Y'all ready to learn? Y'all do it? All right, can y'all do it? When I say 1, 2, 3, let me hear y'all say living life fresh. 1, 2, 3.
Living life fresh.
What?
Living life fresh.
What?
Living life fresh.
All right, let's get him here. Let's clap so we get him in here. This is fire going on. Next page, let's see what this says.
Hello, everybody. Well, I'm Brenda Kemp.
And I'm Akita Tizano.
And we are your Eat Well, Be Well crew. And we just want to teach you guys how to eat healthy and live a healthful life, and hope that you enjoy some of the recipes that we present.
And we have geared to the holidays this time.
So,
Yeah.
vegan and soul food.
All right.
I'm going to do the first recipe is the marinated collard greens. Now, most of y'all have seen it before, but it'll be good for you guys who haven't seen it before. This time it's going to have a twist on it because we're going to put bacon in it. Eggplant bacon. And that's what our dehydrator is here for. Not that we're going to dehydrate today, but it's just here on display to show you guys what it looks like and how it works. Okay, so a little bit about me. I've been a raw vegan since 2008. I was born and raised vegetarian, and in my high school years in '83 is when I got off of vegetarian and went eating meat. I did that all of my high school years, and after high school I went back to not vegetarian but vegan, and then I've grown from vegan from then to raw in 2008 to present. So I am 49, and I think living raw vegan life keeps you youthful. Most people think I'm not almost 50. They say I look like in my 30s. Some I've gotten even 25. It's like, really? But it's eating raw is really good. Lots of energy, like I say, you look youthful, and it's just better for your health overall. But you guys don't have to talk raw. Okay, so first recipe is going to be our marinated collard greens, and I've already pre-shredded these ahead of time to save them some time, but I will show you guys how it's done. Collard green is kind of beat up, but that's okay because we're going to cut it anyway. Okay, so what we need to do is de-stem it because we don't want this thick part on our collard greens at all. And what I do is cut that part out. Usually when I don't have a collard green that's beat up this way, it cuts up fairly pretty. For those of you who came to the last class where we did these, have you tried to make the collard greens yet? No? Well, hopefully for the holidays you'll make it. Yeah. The last lady that came to us, she goes, "Oh, it was too salty." It's like, really? Okay, so you de-stem the thick part of the collard green out. You can save these and juice them later. Okay, so then I roll it like this. And I like to make the outside on the out part so that I can cut it down. I don't usually like to cut it with the inside. Okay, then you just roll it up like a big fat cigar. And I cut it in half this way. And then slice it like that. And try to slice them fairly thin. You don't want them too big. And collard greens are good for antioxidants, anti-inflammatory. There's a lot of vitamin K in it. Who likes collard greens? Y'all like them? Ever had them raw? You probably should have like raw collard greens, right?
They can use any grains, or y'all just prefer collard?
The collard greens.
Okay.
You know, of course, we make a kale salad, but most people
Don't they have, what other kind of grains are there?
Mustard,
Mustard,
turnip.
turnip, that's what I'm trying to say.
Those are really bitter.
Yeah,
I haven't tried that. You know.
Mustard greens are really bad raw. There's something that you can't eat raw. There's some greens that they don't advise to eat raw, and mustard greens is one of them. because it's really, really bitter. It's a bitter green.
Personally, I don't even like it cooked, so. But that's just me. Okay. Okay. Once we get it all cut up like that and shred it, you can see how much of it is, but as we add our salt and our oil, this will really wilt down. So I don't really have this measured. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of olive oil. And then our salt. 1 teaspoon of salt divided, but you use half in the processing of it and the other half in the marinade. So I'm gonna just kind of try to measure this out just a little bit.
Excuse me.
Okay, I'll see if this works. And what you want to do is kind of mash it to kind of get the oil and the salt mixed into it, and this helps wilt it so that it's digestible for your palate. It's really gooey sometimes and messy, but this is really good.
Is it best to use the Himalayan salt as opposed to the regular sea salt?
Yes, you don't want to use this regular sea salt because it's, you know, all white and it's bleached. So this salt is Himalayan, it's pink.
Oh, and another tip about regular salt like Martin's, it has sugar in it. They put dextrose in that salt. I don't know why.
Addiction.
Addiction, exactly,
There you go.
exactly. Yeah, so they put sugar in salt. That's kind of crazy.
So you'll be addicted to it.
Mm-hmm. Because sugar is a drug.
Mm-hmm.
So we use, in all of our cooking, we use either Celtic sea salt or Himalayan salt.
And the Celtic part, you have to get
The
it as
Celtic.
close to,
Yeah,
as
Celtic.
close to, with some color in it, not just white.
That's Celtic salt.
Yeah, it was really Celtic.
Celtic.
I'm sorry.
I
pronounced
always
it
say
wrong.
Celtic.
Yeah, it's Celtic. Celtic sea salt. It's kind of gray color. And it has all the minerals in it. Usually when they bleach it, they bleach a lot of the minerals out.
Okay, so you see how it kind of wilted down? Now we're gonna make our marinade. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna use the rest of the olive oil. And our maple syrup.
Can that be optional?
The maple syrup?
Yeah.
You can, I think people have used agave.
Or honey.
Honey's probably.
But if you don't
better.
want
Or
to use
leave
any
the sweetener out.
you can leave the sweetener out, but what the sweetener does, it takes a little bit of
Bitterness
off
out
the
of
off the greens. So if you don't want to, you don't have to. But it does take the little bitterness, because greens tend to be a little bitter.
Mm-hmm.
The collard greens tend to be a little bitter.
Okay, and that's our lemon juice. This is minced garlic, fresh garlic. And the rest of our salt. I guess there's like to marinate my stuff, but. Okay, then I usually make the marinade first. That way it can kind of settle a little bit and flavors can blend together. But I did a little backwards today. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add our bell peppers. Red as opposed to green, because we know that our green ones are not ripe. And then our scallions.
That's the green onion.
The green.
Okay, green onion.
Now the collard greens, I use 2 bunches. We doubled this recipe this time because so many of y'all love this. Okay, so just stir it and make it blend and mix together. like I said, I would usually make this first and set it aside and then process my greens, but I'm in a reverse order today.
And so this marinade sauce is for 2 orders for 2 bunches.
Yes, it is. And it's all ready laid out. Okay, and then all we do is pour this on top. And then with our hands, we mix it together. It's starting to look like cooked, isn't it? Now, for a little bit of a kick, we got our red pepper flakes. Anybody like spicy? Hands go up. Yeah, I like spicy too. I tried this recipe on one of my friends who loves cooked collard greens. And he was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So now I have to tell him about the bacon being added. Because what he did was put real bacon in it. It's like, no, don't do that. Okay, and this is what it looks like. Smells good. Okay. Now for our bacon, Vita's gonna talk to you a little bit about how she makes the eggplant bacon. But I'm gonna go ahead and it's crispy just like bacon. So we're gonna just break up some in here. Good. Now hear how crisp it is? That's the dehydrator that makes it that way. So you could try use it in the oven, make it in the oven, but it's not gonna come out as crispy like this. It's kind of wilted.
Oh, you wanted to tell them.
Talk to them
Okay.
about it, but I was gonna go ahead and mix it.
Okay. Now, we're not gonna go through the whole thing because we know that most everybody does not have a dehydrator. But I'm gonna show you the tool that I use to make I use the mandolin. And you can do it in the oven, but it won't come out crispy. It'll be soft. So this is an eggplant, and this just comes like it. And you can buy these at Target. So they come out slices like this, and you just slice it in half, like this. You put it in the marinade. The marinade is right there. The maple syrup, the olive oil, the garlic. You want to blend this in the in a blender, and you just soak this. You soak this for a couple of hours, or I like to soak it overnight, and then you stick it in the dehydrator, and it comes out crispy. Like looks like bacon. Comes out like that. It's spicy. So the chipotle pepper makes it spicy, and also it's a smoked. That's the only cooked ingredient in there. Now, if you don't want to use maple syrup like the lady asked, I never tried it with honey, but the maple syrup has a kind of smoky taste, so that makes it taste smoky. That's why it tastes like it does, because of the maple syrup. And I only use grade B maple syrup, and organic. Yeah.
There it is with the bacon in it. So who said vegans can't have bacon?